ordinary appears ordinary till you see the core side of it.
And what you're looking for is the story behind the news.
We bring it to you from Lagos, the commercial capital of Nigeria.
Giving you all sides and political stories round the clock.
Every detail from the start line to the final whistle.
CoreTV News, expanding your view.
Hello there, this is Nifemi Oguntoye with the CoreTV News this hour. Now, as the fallout of the impeachment of Murtala Nyako continues, a media affair analyst Chidioze Eze says Nigerians should not blame the president. He says the opposition party should not see the impeachment of Nyako as persecution, since according to him, it's not the first time an ex-governor is being impeached.
The governor wasn't impeached because the president made a phone call to the House of Assembly in Adamawa. He had escaped impeachment before. How did he escape it? Did he repeat those same offenses? Is that why he's been impeached? Now, there are many ends to this story, but the governor himself hasn't done very well for his own case. Whether it's a plot by the presidency to take over these states and then have them as PDP states going into the election. When APC was busy winning Ogun State and Oyo states, they were PDP states. So you don't need the state to be PDP before APC can win it. Neither do you need the states to be APC before PDP can take over.
On the issue of the abducted girls of Chibok and their parents' aborted meeting with the president, Chijioke says the Bring Back Our Girls group may mean no harm, but the actions may be an hindrance to government's efforts in resolving the matter.
Bring Back Our Girls group, rather, may somehow be affecting the government's activities, in the sense that they are demanding transparency, they are demanding openness as to the matter. And let's not forget that if the government responds to them in the manner that they are demanding, they would also be throwing open their strategies to Boko Haram, essentially, because we all have the same access to the news. However, the spokespeople of the presidency and the spokespeople of the Bring Back Our Girls campaign should have a form of relationship, however stringent, however unsettling. They should be able to talk where they're able to draw lines and know that, hey, this is the much we can let you know.
Meanwhile, President Goodluck Jonathan has declared that the days of Boko Haram insurgency in the country are coming to an end. He made this known while inaugurating a 15-member Victim Support Fund committee headed by former Defense Minister, retired General Theophilus Danjuma.
After many unsure steps, the Nigerian authorities appear to be bracing up to confront insurgents headlong. The government is also now prepared to ensure that victims of insurgent activities get some succor. And mindful of recent successful counter-insurgent operations, President Jonathan is emphatic that those who delight in killing and maiming innocent people must be brought to justice.
For those who take pleasure in seeing innocent human beings in pains, to see limbs being shattered and blood flowing in all directions after terror attacks, we say, you shall have no hiding place. Nigerians will expose you. The people of conscience around the world have rejected you. We appreciate the support we are getting from foreign countries and the cooperation we are getting from our neighbors. This has given us more feeling, and we are confident that the days of Boko Haram are numbered. It is now just a matter of time.
He recalled how insurgents had embarked on mass killings and insisted that no effort will be spared in checking the insurgency. Former Defense Minister did not hold back in his assessment of Boko Haram. He argued that the group has launched a war on Nigeria and had to be stopped.
This war must be brought to an end. We must win this war immediately. It's taken too long. I called it a civil war when it began. people say it's insurgency. The insurgents appear to be having an upper hand at this very moment. They pick and choose where to strike. They are now even holding positions and displacing us. We must win this war.
Njuma assured the president of a good job, but also jokingly declared a no-go area for his commitment.
One thing we will not do, Mr. President, is to go to Zambezi forest. The commander-in-chief will lead. We will follow the commander-in-chief.
For his part, the National Security Advisor, Sambo Dansuki, assured Nigerians that the war against terrorism will be won.
We will win the war. We know how difficult it is, but there are some very hard choices that have to be made. We've so far been more concerned about the lives of a few versus the condition of a few millions. We do realize that the time has come to draw a line. And as you've said, if they are taking territory, then we've crossed the threshold as far as I'm concerned.
The 15-member committee is expected to mobilize funds and ensure appropriate support for victims of insurgency and Boko Haram attacks across.
President Goodluck Jonathan wants the National Assembly to approve a $1 billion foreign loan to enable security forces tackle Boko Haram insurgency. The president explains in a letter to the two legislative chambers that the money will be used to upgrade military equipment. In the letter dated July 15, President Jonathan says part of the fund will be devoted to training and logistics for security forces. Away from there now to Adamawa State, where the acting governor Amado Marufin Tiri has announced the dissolution of all political appointments following the impeachment of Murtala Nyako and resignation of the former deputy governor Balangi Lari. A government house statement signed by the secretary to the state government, Liman Tukor, directed the affected political appointees to hand over all government properties in their custody to their permanent secretaries and other appropriate officers within government establishment. The statement further directed all permanent secretaries to take full charge of all government assets in their ministries. Nigeria's largest opposition party, the All Progressives Congress APC, has resolved the challenge the impeachment of Adamawa State Governor Murtala Nyako in court. The party also raised the alarm that having removed Nyako, the federal government is working on impeaching 4 other APC governors. Party chairman John Odego Yegun reveals at a news conference in Abuja that Nyako's impeachment was done without regards for constitutional provisions.
It's only a few days after the impeachment of the Adamawa State governor, but his colleagues in the APC are not ready to let the state slip away without a fight. They have resolved to take up the gauntlet and fight what they say is an injustice. Party chairman John Odego Yegun is clear on APC's position.
What was Nyako impeached for? Offenses he allegedly committed not yesterday, but 5 years ago, not since he became a member of the APC. These offenses were not impeachable, supposedly, when he was in the PDP. But the moment he became a member of the APC, they became impeachable. The entire impeachment of Governor Nyako is so fraught with illegalities, irregularities, bias, judicial contradictions, and violations of the most basic procedural and constitutional provisions, that it is the worst manifestation. It has become the worst manifestation of impunity. We, of course, intend to mount an immediate and vigorous challenge to this gross injustice to the party and the people of Adamawa State.
The party chairman also touched upon the impending impeachment of the Nasarawa State governor. He wondered what Tanko Almakura did that President Jonathan has not done.
What is Governor Almakura of Nasarawa State being threatened with impeachment for? Allegations of extraordinary expenditures the same offense that President Jonathan has committed many times over.
Some party leaders also added their voices to what they say is an assault on the opposition.
There's no president from the time of Obasanjo to date, including president or any governor. If you want to talk about celebrity titles, there will not be a celebrity. We have 5 months to election now. This, I think, for the interest of this country. Those who are telling the president that that is the way forward, let everyone go and test their popularity.
For now, APC is bent on challenging Nyako's impeachment in court, even though some of its federal lawmakers are issuing a subtle threat over alleged gross misconduct by the president.
The impeachment of Murtala Nyako as governor of Adamawa has now heightened the political tempo in the state. While some feel the impeachment will affect the popularity of the All Progressives Congress, the leadership of the party thinks otherwise. Our correspondent reports that the party is optimistic of regaining control of the state in the nearest future.
Adamawa witnessed the history-making event Tuesday when the members of the State House of Assembly voted to impeach Murtala Nyako as governor. The action of the lawmakers was based on the report submitted to the Assembly from a 7-man panel set to investigate allegations of gross misconduct against the former governor and his deputy, Bala Ngalari. Nyako was finally impeached after 2/3 majority of the House signed against him. The ousted governor is a member of the All Progressives Congress. The party, however, reacts to the development.
We are not demoralized with the impeachment. We know it's a constitutional issue, but all we know is that the constitution was put aside and interest came to bear, and they took decision that will just favor them.
They accuse the People's Democratic Party of influencing the process.
It is a PDP plan to at least have a grip of the treasury of the state so that they can loot enough and maybe transfer it for the presidential election or for the coming governorship election.
A member of the party who is saddened by the development believes they have what it takes to win the state again.
I wouldn't be happy if a sitting governor of my party is removed. There's no doubt about it. I will not be happy. But in Adamawa, as I speak, we cannot lose sleep because we have the former Vice President Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, who is presently on ground, and he is a leader not only in the state, he's a leader nationally, and we will work stronger and stronger as far as this party is concerned.
For his part, a Yola-based public affairs analyst says the impeachment was delayed.
APC didn't come on a solid foundation. You have to lay a solid foundation. Why is PDP still in control in this country? It took how many years for PDP to lay a solid foundation? Today, the moment there is crisis in PDP, they go back to call the founding fathers. And these same founding fathers come back to manage the situation.
The Speaker of the State House of Assembly has since assumed office as the acting governor, and elections will be held in 3 months' time.
As more reactions trail the impeachment of Nyako as Adamawa State Governor, Lagos State Publicity Secretary of the All Progressives Congress, Joe Ibokwe, vows the party is ready to go to court to reclaim his mandate. He added that the Jonathan-led administration has taken to impeach APC governors in order to make 2015 elections favorable for him. However, Lagos PDP women leader Shola Oladoyibo throws her weight behind the impeachment. Omotayo Alo now completes the story.
The impeachment of Murtala Nyako has continued to generate reactions from several quarters. The Lagos APC spokesman, Joe Ibokwe, at a meeting with journalists, elected to speak as an activist who was part of the struggles for Nigeria's democracy. He describes the impeachment of Nyako as a declaration of total war on the opposition and democracy.
They first went to court to stop the governors, but they did not succeed. They failed. Now they have resorted to using stolen money to buy lawmakers in various state assemblies to impeach selected APC governors. Using heavy, weighty, and instrumentality of the federal government, the presidency and PDP have decided to decimate and desecrate the opposition by crude and rough tactics.
The reverse is the case for the women leader of the PDP in the state, Shola Oladeibo, who says Iyaka's impeachment followed due process. She affirms that justice was duly considered in the case.
If a governor refuses to work with the members of the House of Assembly and is not doing the right thing, he should be shown the way out. Jonathan is in Abuja, and he won't come from Abuja to come and influence what will happen in the state. So he should do the right thing at the right time and make sure that the people in the states get democracy, the dividend of democracy. If they don't get it from him, they should show him the way out, and which is what they've done for Yaku.
Ibokwe is however spoiling for a showdown if President Goodluck Jonathan emerges winner at the 2015 presidential election.
It's only a matter of time. Let me tell you, there are men in this country that want to say, that are saying that enough is enough in this country. And it will come in the fullness of time. If you believe in revolution, it will come, because this nation cannot continue like this.
Nigerians are waiting to see the outcome of the elections and the reactions that will follow suit. Omota Yoalo, CoreTV News, Lagos.
Away from Adamawa to Osun State, where the resident electoral commissioner Segun Agbaje says the state will not be less militarized during the forthcoming governorship election, as it was the case during last June 21 poll in Ekiti. Agbaje reviews this in Abuja at an event with the theme Nigerian Civil Society Situation Room. The event was organized by Policy and Legal Advocacy Center for Civil Society Organizations to assess the level of the preparedness of the Independent National Electoral Commission. Residents and observers of the June 21 governorship election in Ekiti had witnessed heavy presence of military men and other security agencies across the state during the poll won by Ayodele Fayose. Agbaje says such heavy deployment of security men might be needed also in Osun State due to the heightening security situation allegedly being caused by inflammatory utterances of politicians. He laments that politicians in the state are seeing the election as a do-or-die affair. Agbaje, who assured that INEC will deliver an election fairer and freer than that of the Ekiti election. The Federal Executive Council has approved a consultancy contract for the construction of over 4,000 kilometers of standard gauge rail lines across the country. The 1.3 billion naira contract is, according to Information Minister Labaran Mako, part of efforts to modernize the railway system in Nigeria. Mako and his transport counterpart Idris Umar, who briefed State House correspondents on the outcome of the meeting, say the consultants expected to complete work within 6 months.
Today, again, the minister brought to council, another contract to award consultancy services for the design of 6 additional lots stretching across south-south, southeast to north-central, as well as the northeast and northwest, northwestern parts of the country. A total of 4,430 kilometers of rail lines, modern rail lines, will be involved in what Council discussed today and which were approved for consultancy services to develop, the standard gauge rail line to further facilitate the fast movement of goods and services as Nigeria expands and industrializes.
The total length of the 6 corridors is 4,430 kilometers, and is going to cost the federal government 1.3 billion naira. Number 1, Kano Dei to Katsina to Jibia, in approximate distance of 354 kilometers. The contract is awarded to Masons Team Nigeria Limited in the contract sum of 141.2 million naira with a completion period of 6 months. Number 2, the standard gauge rail line from Ilela to Sokoto to Jega to Yauri to Makera with a branch line to Kontagora, covering a distance of 408 kilometers, and that is awarded to Masons Crest Hill Engineering Limited for the sum of 170 million naira with a completion period of 6 months.
As the face-up between the federal government and the Nigerian Medical Association lingers at the expense of the masses, the Osun State government, in pursuance of the Millennium Development Goals of reduction of child and maternity Mortality has procured new scanning machines and organized a 3-day training for its health personnel. Rashid was at the training exercise at the Osun State University Teaching Hospital in Osogbo and brought back this report.
The role of science and technology in medical service cannot be overemphasized. Catching up with global trend and ensuring full compliance with the objectives of the Millennium Development Goals of reduction in child and maternal mortality, the state government organized a 3-day training for health personnel on multitask 3D colored scanning machine. Here is the coordinating consultant, Olukayode Akinlade.
In pregnant women, we will now be able to determine better the features of the baby. Another thing is, the resolution of this machine is quite fantastic, that even a layman will see the features of a baby very, very clearly. And it will aid in the diagnosis of babies even before they are born, so that the specialists can prepare for even the unborn baby.
The trainer, Jeffrey Liu, explains the efficacy of the new medical equipment.
For this one, we can do almost all the ultrasound scan, like the eyes, the brain, the carotid, the abdomen. Lagos, the Lagos State University Teaching Hospital, is using this machine for the eye research. And in Luch, Lagos University Teaching Hospital, they are using this machine to do the newborn baby's fatna checking, the brain structure.
The scanning machine with the handheld versions are to be distributed across local communities in Osun State, a feat which another consultant, Oluwole Alabi, says will boost medical practice and make Osun shine among committee of states.
This is one of the things we're lacking in this part of the world, and that is why medical practice was strenuous for people practicing here. It's not even made that they don't have brain. They have fantastic brain, but when you don't have the right equipment, the right tools to make diagnosis, and you got to make diagnosis because you can treat. So this will go a long way in aiding the diagnosis of different ailments.
Though the ongoing doctor strike has paralyzed activities across hospitals nationwide, no doubt that this development will boost the health services in Osun State. Rashid, CoreTV News, Osogbo.
Thank you, Rashid. We'll take a break and I'll be back with more stories. Stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime News.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then News. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
CoreTV News now provide a platform for live coverage of political rallies and electioneering campaign from anywhere in Nigeria. Political news stories, political editorial reviews, political discussions, personality profile, People's Parliament from the National, State and Local Government Assembly. Contact us now on 0803-471-8550 or 0803-724-9733. 01453-3407.
Our 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. European Union leaders get down to serious haggling over the block stop jobs, with all eyes on who will head the high-profile foreign affairs arm in the face of deepening crisis in Ukraine and the Middle East. One post is already settling after the European Parliament confirmed veteran EU insider Jean-Claude Juncker as head of the European Commission, setting the stage for the next round of the no-holds-barred house trading. Which makes the choice of a successor to Britain's Catherine Ashton as head of the European External Action Service even more sensitive, as Washington presses its EU allies to toughen sanctions against Moscow. The The European Union is divided as some members, including Italy and Germany, have major economic ties with Russia, which they fear could be harmed if relations break down completely. Diplomats said that while the EU is demanding addition of Phase 2 sanctions, asset freezes and visa bans, it will stop short of Phase 3 measures that target entire economic sectors. And that wraps it this hour on CoreTV News. Join us again at the top of the hour for more stories. I am Nifemi Oguntoye. Thanks for being there.